Good evening, folks. I've just got a quick little helpful video. Hopefully it's helpful anyway, just on these trailer sockets. These are the 12-pin jobbies. I just want to do a quick comparison of the differences between the very commonly used Narva one. That's the one on the left-hand side here. That's the packaging came with it. It's pretty handy with all the pinouts, pretty detailed there. This particular one that I've got is the plain vanilla one. So in other words, it hasn't got any reed switches in for your disabling of the reversing sensors. My vehicle doesn't require that, the way it's wired up. So I'm comparing the Narva to the Britax. The Britax one is also quite common, and there's not a lot of difference between them. I've pulled them apart here, as you can see. The Narva one, we'll just have a quick look at the Narva one. The Narva one, that's the pin out for the larger high amperage side. You can see you've got the goldy coloured screws, and the holes for the wires on these bigger ones are 532, or just a tiny whisker under 4mm. So you can fit a 4mm wire in there, no problem. On the other side, where the 7 pins are, same thing. It's got the descriptions of which wire goes in where, and it too has these little gold coloured screws. Pretty good quality. The spring looks good. The seal looks quite good on it. It's a bit hard trying to do it with one hand, but she opens and closes just fine. The other components that come with, just a little clamp there with the screws and stuff like that for putting it together, and a little soft plastic little seal thing that goes on the end there when it's all coupled together. Now the Britax one, pretty much identical to the Narva, but the Britax one plastic is exactly the same. The main difference that you can really see is the screws on these ones are silver looking, and this is a non-reed switch one. There's no, a reed switch would normally have a wire coming out of here and here, so that when you open up the little flapper, this has actually got a little click you can hear that click. So there's still a switch activating in there, but this one doesn't have the reed switch wires, which would normally, as I said, come out of here and here, depending on whether you want to wire it up normally open or normal closed circuits. There's different ways that you need to hook that wire up. The size of these wires are exactly the same as the Narva, being 532 or 3.96mm diameter. And just for information, the smaller ones, which are identical between the two, between the Britax and the Narva one, they're 2.78mm or 7/64 is what size wire you can put in there. This one doesn't have any reed switch either. So yeah, the Britax one that I'm playing with there has a switch inside which you can hear, but doesn't do anything compared to the Narva one. When you open and close that one, nothing really happens, but that's fine. The only other maybe slight difference is on the Narva one. This little plastic sealing sheath is quite soft and malleable. The one on the Britax is a little bit firmer, and looking at the thickness of the plastic, I'd say this one is slightly thicker, whether that makes a difference or not. But the plastics, the moulding on the plastics is the same between the two. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video and got some use out of it.